GM, give me just a second, guys. Let me tweet this out, get everybody up on stage, and we'll get going here in just a minute. Um, and also, welcome to the 67th consecutive episode of Wonky Weekly Alpha, one of the longest running spaces in the NFT space. So, I don't know of too many other projects that have that type of a streak going on. I definitely know there's some, but impressive nonetheless. And everybody in this room right now is a big part of that. So appreciate y'all. If you guys want to join the stage as well, feel free to hit that request button. I will bring you guys up here in just a second, as soon as I get everything tweeted out. I promise it's not as intimidating as it seems either. First and foremost, I want to give a shout out to the man, the myth, the legend, Lumber, who just joined the stage. So, Lumber is one of those guys who's a really humble person. And if you don't know, he did not want any credit whatsoever for wanting to give away these wonkies, but he is the man, the myth, the legend that is giving away the wonkies that are in today's space. So we're going to make that happen. Hopefully, grow the community with that, and then this next week, specifically for wonky holders, not this week but the week after, we're going to host another poker tourney as well. So excited about that. Lumber, what's going on, man? How are you feeling today?
Oh man, I'm feeling pretty good. Just enjoying a little, time away from doing stuff, and you, dude, I have a tough time speaking on these things. Shit.
Oh,
Uh,
you're fine, man.
no, just trying to think of what's going on. Not a whole lot. I'm chilling right now. Excited to do this though. Actually pumped.
Oh man, same here, same here. I really am. And one of the things I'm going to get going with early on, because I know we've got a few new people in the space today, especially with doing a giveaway, and I want to walk through what the stonks are in the first place. But by the way, Lumber, I actually love it. Every time that you speak, I just get the chillest vibes. I feel like you always have birds chirping in the background. You can hear a slight breeze. Like you could just tell that you are out there, touching grass on a Friday, and I respect that.
You kind of have to, I think, in order to keep going. So, I was up last night at 2 a.m. checking the stocks, um, trying to go back to sleep, actually not being able to sleep thinking about this space because I get so nervous. Shit. Um, but trying to think of stuff to talk about and whatever, I'm here.
Well, we appreciate you, man, either way. So, hey, I'll go ahead and give a rundown for what the stonks are for anybody that is unfamiliar. So, first and foremost, the stonks started back in October 2021 as a passion project with my buddy and I. But the buddy's name is Hondo. He does all of the hard work in the background. He actually was the designer of the stonks, wrote the code for the algo. They are completely generative art. So if you're looking at it, and there are a lot of people I think that see the pictures of the charts and they think that these are some type of, especially when you go and you look at the date selection, you're like, okay, this is a randomly pulled piece of price action from an actual ticker somewhere. And it's actually not. It's um, a random step program where basically imagine, flipping a coin 1,000 times and aggregating the results into this randomly generated price action. And the insane thing about it is you look at the art behind it and what a bunch of these charts look like. And dude, there's some, I'm hard pressed not to find a stonk that I don't relate to in my trading journey. And that was one of the really cool things as far as just the initiative behind this was I wanted to create a project that was a free mint. So it gave anybody access to this that might not have had the opportunity to access other mints, especially in late 2021. There were a lot of these really overhyped mints. There were a lot of whitelists, a lot of them completely influencer driven. And I had the opportunity as I was working with a bunch of my friends to, be able to do something like that with either honoraries, giving them whitelist spots, etc. But the way I wanted to do it was completely organic. I didn't want it to be anything driven where anybody else had an unfair advantage. So the day that Bitcoin was making a new all-time high was actually the day that we kicked off the launch. We were hosting a space that was just celebrating the all-time high. And then I announced it mid space and I was like, hey, there's a free mint that I'm doing right now. Let's go ahead, shift it over to that. And within about 2 hours, the free mint minted out. So, it was everything past that was just a crazy roller coaster, right? So it's been insane to think about, over a year and a half now that the stonks have been around. And, I think were one of the first free mint metas back, looking at it. It got to be a lot more popular. I think early 2022, you saw a lot more free mints pop up. But outside of that, like the stonks were definitely leading the edge, leading the way with that. It's something that I've never really overhyped, but something that I truly believe. My mission going into it again, there are a million people that I think you can go out there, thousands of people. I truly believe this, where the stonks were their first project in the NFT space. So I think it does resonate with a historical significance as far as just bridging the gap between the trading community and the NFT community. And I believe, fully with it. There's no roadmap, never will be a roadmap. It is fully about the art. And, that is by design. I think a lot of projects set themselves up for failure by having unrealistic expectations that are set out there. And whenever they are, whatever pieces of the roadmap are just hype driven initiatives that eventually lose steam versus a pure art collection. It may be something that takes a longer process to be able to build that base foundation of collectors that resonate with the art and, see the charts and, let the charts speak to them. But I truly do believe that there are more than 8,736 people that are out there that resonate with that vision and with the art behind it. So like that's what we're sticking to. I don't care about what the floor price is on a day-to-day metric. It's one of those things where the community has thrived ever since. And like regardless of where the floor price is, like I will continue, it is a passion of mine, right? Like I'm not doing this to make myself rich. If I wanted to do something like that, I would have done a ridiculously high mint price. And, I guarantee you back in the day, especially with, while Bitcoin is making a new all-time high with my following, I probably could have extracted that type of value. Right. But, it's one of those things I really, again, like this is a passion of mine. I am here, ride or die till the end. And I think there are a lot of the people that are in this community that are in the exact same boat.
But I look at these all day. Why would I want to own one?
Hey,
Dude, that's one of my favorite pastas now.
At this time, and I've said it a few times, at this time last year, I still did not know what a wonky stonk was. And so to have over 200 right now, and I'm going to keep going, I think. I mean, when does it become detrimental to the collection? I don't know. Maybe it doesn't. But, it allows me to give them away. I might be giving one away here to another, to this guy cruising around here who asked me what, I had my hat on, Wonky Stonks, and he goes, Wonky Stonks, what's that? And I told him. Again, yesterday I had a girl in like a sunglass hut come up to me, Wonky Stonks, and I go, oh, you have one? And so it's just been fun, And another side note, Kaleo, you probably don't know, but you saved my ass a couple times because I'm new to this. And these things would pop up into my wallet. And I don't know if you remember, but like pudgy hoodies popped up and I clicked on it. And MetaMask, luckily, wouldn't accept it, or else my whole wallet would have been drained, I guess. So I appreciate that, and just wanted to shout that out.
Oh yeah, and that's something like that can't be harped enough. Is we've done a few of those spaces where we talk about wallet security. We especially had some earlier back in the day. We had a couple large holders that it just, it was really unfortunate, man. We just had this streak in January where everything was super active there for a minute. And we did see a few holders that were, affected by some of those phishing scams. But yeah, you got to be super careful with anything. If you see something in your wallet that you did not put there yourself, or talk to a good buddy and you have verified that it is from a legit collection, then do not click on anything that you don't recognize. It is not worth it. It is a scam. Don't sign any transactions. Like that is, you just got to be safe, man. Safe and boring is the way to win.
No doubt, no doubt. And like you said, just don't get greedy, Um,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, and that's the thing. Like, that's the message from the beginning is not getting greedy, just kind of the patient, slow approach. And even if you heard on the spaces last week, right? Like there was a lot of energy going into that space. The floor price itself, you looked at it, it had moved up a decent amount, on pretty thin volume, but it was one of those things where I felt the energy in it. And again, where I, put up the caution flag and I was like, hey, it's fun while it's here, right? But like, I don't expect this to have that type of momentum quite yet. I think it's a slow base build and, something that slowly progresses over time, right? Like, we're not here to talk about what's happening the next couple of days, even the next couple of months, right? Like, it's what is happening over the next couple of years type of vision. And, you look at it right now and hey, there are, I think, like 30 stonks that are beneath point two, which, you're still looking at on a volume weighted basis, dude, that's nothing, right? Like when you're talking about whenever real volume hits a project, it doesn't take much to move. So that's the whole thing where if you sit there and you focus on, okay, what exactly is this tracking at for X value right there? Like you're looking at the wrong metrics of the project, right? The ones I look at are the sustainable community, where we've got the guys that are showing up each and every day, guys like Lumber that are sitting there DMing me, hey, can I give away like basically 10 stonks over the course of the next month? I mean, maybe not 10, whatever it adds up to, right? And it's just insane, man. Like that type of generosity. I know we got Crow up on stage. He wants to give away a one of his dickle butts. I remember that, bro. I remember when those came out. Crow,
hey,
yeah, what's
hey,
up, man?
Kaylee. Oh, sorry. I'm just gonna. I'll let Crow go.
What's up, man? No,
Crow,
no,
what
Lumber, please
what is
take the
going on,
stage.
brother?
I'm working right now. I just wanted to pop in and pin the dickle butt to the top and say what's up and appreciate you, Lumber, for your generosity. You the man. I can't wait to have a beer with you one day and shoot the shit. And yeah, stonks are inevitable.
Hey, that sounds great. I think I can drink you under the table though, Crow. So we're gonna find that out. Um,
Crow,
hey,
how do you want to give away this Dicklebuck, Crow? Because I'm gonna let you be the person that decides on that. I'm fully for doing that, giving away as much random swag as possible on these stages. But if you've got something, hey, like you can even say comment down in the bottom corner with whatever you want somebody to do. And you can go through the submissions here in a little bit and then we can give it away. Whatever you want to do for that, I am up for.
Yeah, from my understanding, we actually we're supposed to have a rap battle for a song today.
A rap battle for a stonk.
I
Shoot, who?
think. Yeah, let me scroll back to the receipts. I think Puck was one of them, maybe. Wait, let's look. Let's look. Is he even, or is he hiding from Spaces today?
I mean, we've got Pick God and Lander, but Puck is hiding out in the audience right now. We haven't gotten him up on stage yet. I hit that request.
Yeah, so yeah, it was Pick God versus Puck. I see Pick God showed up, but someone's running away.
Hey, I just wanted to give a quick. I just wanted to tease this out that I will be giving away a 1%er coming up in the following weeks. So
Let's go, man. Dude, that's why originally like I said, I'm going to match you stonk for stonk on these giveaways. But initially I was going to do them all today. And I was like, nah, I'm just going to save up the ones I would have given away today. And then we'll have more for the poker tournament next week. And for the poker tournament next week, it will be like, stonk holder only poker tournament. So the giveaways today open up for anybody. If you don't own a stonk, you're still eligible based on just participating in the space today through whatever random stuff we end up having y'all do. Um, so you're still eligible for that. If you're just here, you're hanging out, you're listening, you're ready to be active, like you've got a chance, right? Next week, though, for that poker tourney, we do have some sharks that are on the table. And to participate in that, you do have to be a stonk holder and access/enter through the Discord on that. I know Rooster said he's coming for the top on this one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm down to take anybody stonks any day of the week.
Pick God, what's going on, man? Welcome up to the stage.
Not too much. What's up, guys? Just driving home from work. Me and Lander are about to get a round of golfing in the afternoon. Just chilling.
And y'all did not know each other before the stonks, right?
Nah, dude. What's crazy is, man, is I had been telling a couple of my really good friends about the stocks for a while, and one of my buddies was always telling me like, "Oh, dude, I know another guy who holds stocks," and I would ask him like, "What's this guy's name?" and he would just never tell me. And then one of my buddies actually works with Lander, and he was telling me like, "Oh, I met one of our friends' friends at work," and I was like, "Holy shit, man!" I was like, "That's got to be the guy." Like, I don't know who else it would be if they don't live in the area. And I kind of asked that kid for his name, and I was like looking through some of the big holders for the Wonky Stonks, and I saw Lander's wallet, and I'm like, "Fuck, this is him." So I hit him with the DM, and I was like, "Yo, bro, do you know XX?" And he's like, "Yeah, man, that's my longtime family friend." And I was like, "Yeah, man, that's my dog too." So then we just kind of linked up after that. Me, him, and Crow went to like NFT Philly, I don't know, maybe like a month or 2 months ago, and chopped it up there for a little bit. And I was like,
Does your
"Fuck it,
dog have a
you're in the
stonk?
area." No, dude, he doesn't. Sadly, I got a couple friends, a couple in person, like real friend, I guess in person friends that I've gotten to get stonks. I think like 4 or 5, and I think they're holding anywhere between like 1 and 3, maybe 4. But that kid, unfortunately, no, he's not too big into crypto. He trades it every once in a while. That's really it.
Yo, bro, those are the best holders for a project because then they don't know how to sell, right?
Yeah, dude, those. I'm pretty sure the one guy's been just diamond handing like 5 for like a solid year and a half now.
Dude, it's funny. Like we went through and looked at it during the last pump in January. Hondo had given away a bunch of stonks back whenever we first released the project to people that were in his Bible study. And he gave them full reign, do whatever you want with these. Like there was one day where within like an hour or two, 4 guys from his Bible study all just dumped their stonks. And, he looked at it, he was like, yeah, I think one of them probably remembered that they had it and they just weaved into it. And then they probably texted everybody else and said, hey, I just made like a few $100 or whatever it is. Like, and they all just ended up weaving into it at once. But it was one of those things where it was funny. We were like, oh, man. I mean, I guess, what do you expect? Like, with somebody who doesn't necessarily fully understand it going into it. But, like, it's so sometimes the people that may not know fully what they're doing still still might end up running into something like that. We're like, man, you just passed up generational wealth, but it is what it is. Like one stock is one retirement, right?
Bro, I had a buddy a couple months ago. I got him to buy in stonks like probably November, December time, 21. So right after launch, pretty much after like when it was coming down like 0.2 area. I think he got like 3 of them, and I just realized because I checked his wallet when he called me. He was, and then like we were just catching up, and he was like, what's going on with the stonks? And it was while they were pumping. I was like, to be honest, like they're like 0.3 right now. And I found out he had a 9 trade too. I apparently sold him on a 9 trade way back in 21. And he was like, "What are those going for?" I was like, "One just sold for like 0.9 ETH." I was like, no shame. Like, sell if you want to sell. Like, if you're in money. And he was like, "Nah, I'm gonna hold these." I was like, "Good man, good man."
I love it supported either way, right? Like, it's one of those things at the end of the day where, dude, if somebody's got to, get liquidity for whatever, let them do it. Like, there's no big deal. And that's part of I think one of the reasons why the project has been so successful to begin with, as far as just maintaining, like, this solid baseline and foundation that we've had, is because it's not showing up every day. Like from day one, it wasn't showing up and saying like, you can't get out, you can't sell this, you can't do that, right? Like, seeing past the bigger picture. Because if you're sitting there and you're looking at it, I don't care how many stocks somebody has. Like, dude, heck, if Lumber wanted to get out of the project and sell his 200 stocks, at the end of the day, bro, let him go. Like, I love you, Lumber. I don't want that to happen, right? But point being, like, the project's not going to die because one individual steps away from it ever at one point in time, right? Like that's not what the purpose of it is. And I think that's the cool thing about having a project that does focus on the art. I understand everybody has their reasonings behind it, and obviously the price is a nice side effect of sometimes that momentum at points. But dude, like I think there's a deeper connection with a lot of this. And again, I think that's one of the things, for even though, starting off as a free mint, where we've outlasted a lot of mints and a lot of projects that, had way higher floors or way higher initial costs at one point in time, it's because of the overall mentality of this community.
I feel the same way, Kaleo. And, when I'm giving something to somebody, I could, if they want to sell it the next second, that's totally cool. It's like, go for it, man. When it leaves my hands, you're free to do with what you want with it, and so that's how I feel.
Yeah, so we got somebody new up on stage too. Want to give them a chance to speak real quick. We'll see if they're a real person or not. Arbitrum Gem, welcome up to the stage. How's it going? All right, you had your chance. You can still speak if you want to here in a bit. We'll go ahead and go over to Puck. Maybe we'll get this Puck Pick God rap battle started off here in a minute. I have no idea. I apologize to everybody in advance for whatever's going to happen there.
Hey, yo, Pick God's a sick fraud. Got more enemies than NFTs. Sexy boy, the ladies think I'm Jon Snow. You ugly as fuck, the bitches think you're Crow. That's Crow.eth, bitch. I'm slinging pixelated feet pics. I stay propelling off the top like a helicopter. Pick rapping like he reading off a teleprompter. Step up to my plate and get struck out. I got no time for you chums. Puck's out.
Oh,
bro, I don't know if I'm ever gonna recover from that, Puck.
Yeah, you gotta go. You gotta go. You can't just leave it there.
Bro, I can't even do anything. I didn't prepare anything like that. I was just like half joking in the chat.
Come on, Pick God. You just got to go off the top.
You got to go
point.
something off
Yeah,
the top of the dome.
You can't just not respond now. Come on.
Dude, I don't even know what to say, man. I'm just driving on the turnpike. I got to get my thoughts together. Give me a minute to recoup.
Yo, Puck got Pick
Go
on
off
stuck.
the top of the dome. Crow, what's that?
Yeah, shoot, I scoop.
Puck got Pick on stuck in his thoughts. Can't respond. staring at the pond. Puck, you got that dickle butt. I got 2 bars. I always got 2 bars.
Two bars, bro. Was that even 2 bars, Crow? I don't even know if it was, man. I mean, I respect the effort, though.
That was 2 bars, all right.
Oh man, dude, that's ridiculous. I love it. I love it. I was not expecting that at all, though, Puck. That was incredible.
Go into that.
Well, I mean,
so
like,
how long did
unless a
how
Pitcock
many
comes back
iterations?
soon.
What's that?
I said, unless a Pitcock comes back soon, I don't know. Puck may have a stonk.
Bro, I really don't even know what to say. I really don't. I'm like struck. Puck just shot.
If you don't know what to say, don't let your thoughts get in the way. You just got to roll off the top of the head. Otherwise, you're going to sit there in the water dead. Don't know where else to go, but I'm going to keep on going with this flow. Might sit there on my chair, slicking back my hair, looking over at the guitar. You might even say, as I keep on going, that I'm a star, but I can't keep going because otherwise I'm going to stop. Yeah, I'm continuing to go with this, and I know it's a flop. And I apologize, even though you can't see my eyes, there's a little bit of a disappointment. Even though it's not an appointment for anything big, like you're sitting back and lighting a cig. I sit there like I'm putting on a wig because I'm a fake, I'm a fraud, but I don't do this for any other reason other than to say I ran out of words. My bad. I'm done.
Dang, I wish I had a soundboard. Someone needs a wah, 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 wah.
I wasn't expecting to go off on any type of action there, so that was not my best work. But I mean, somebody else had to give something. So with that, Pick God, you got to give something right now. I don't care. You're in the car. You got to go.
Bro, I'll give rather than give a freestyle. I'll give a little input. It's exactly how I've been feeling like the last couple of weeks, man. Just on like market sentiment and that stuff. If that's all right. I think like the last like week or two, man, I've come to like this huge revelation or like reflection point in my time in crypto. Being like in this shit for like 6-7 years. And I don't think, like the 2017, 2018 cycle really had like me thinking at all. I kind of was just like mindlessly stacking like a little bit here and there after the boom, like when I could. I was still pretty young and in school and shit. But now, like after the stocks came out and I got like really involved or like just decided to be like, fuck it, this is the stuff I want to be a part of. Like I want to show up here every day and connect with these people. Like it's really interesting to see me, like one, the conviction just grows day and day in and out, on crypto in general, whether it's Bitcoin, ETH, or NFTs. And I think the other thing is like, I'm like so deep into this shit now, like it's impossible for me to leave, So like, it's been pretty crazy, I think, seeing my mind grow around the concept and like what this really is and the type of environment, like we're all a part of. Like you said earlier in the week, man, there's not a lot of people here, and I just feel like all the people in here today are probably going to be the ones rewarded in the next cycle. So, cheers to that, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I really do believe that, though, right? Like, what a lot of people don't realize is, I mean, hey, there are a decent amount of people still left compared to last cycle, right? Like, there really are. But at the same time, compared to even the peak of the last bull market, dude, it is a fraction of it, right? It really is a ghost town. I think the difference is for what makes it not as much of a ghost town is that, before, say that if I tweeted out something and I got 1,000 likes, right? Maybe 100 of those people are actually people that are engaging consistently with me, right? And they're actively talking, doing whatever. So you're like 10% out of that 1,000. The rest are just kind of, in the background, and they provide what seems like engagement, but it's not realistically the same level of depth versus, like Right now, say that a post only gets like 300 likes. You've still got those 100 people, or maybe it's 150. So, I think we've lost a lot of the fringe. And obviously, some of the people that were the core people have walked away as well. You get some attrition there. But the majority of it is kind of that fringe, right? Like the people that are buying stuff and doing things, but they're always sitting there in the background. They're not actively engaging with you on a daily basis. So, a lot of that fringe is going to be what comes back this next cycle. But like right now, relatively it is dead, right? Like it's the same people showing up each and every day. And these communities really are what gives you some type of leverage and strength going into that next bull market, right? That the fringe people that are just showing up kind of observing on the outside don't have. 40, what's up, man?
Yo, I just want to say I love you guys, and no matter what the market sentiment is, nobody beats being able to come into the song community and listen to rap battles on a Friday. And I think you really guys got something going there. We're gonna have to start a new deal, rap battles for NFTs.com or something.
Yeah, next time, man, I gotta have a few drinks before I go into it. Like I actually went to Chiba Hut with a buddy a bit ago, and he offered some brews for lunch, and I turned them down. And I really wish I would have had them. I feel like a couple beers helps the flow a little bit.
Bro, I'm not trying to instigate here at all either, but Pig God was the one sending the DMs from the game. Apparently, now I don't know if they're photoshopped or not, but he was sending some receipts in the group chat
Dude,
earlier.
the
So.
background is, man, I think like, I don't know, my junior or senior year of college, I like to just like write raps. Like I'm pretty into music. I think I've like toned it down a little bit since then, but I would just like write shit and not really record it. Maybe like record it on my phone every once in a while. And like during COVID, I was like, oh, I'm just gonna send a couple like videos to some big rappers, and he was like the only one to respond. And I was like, all right, sick, but I'm probably not gonna carry on with this type of stuff.
Who responded?
The Game, like the guy from Compton, old West Coast rapper.
Bro, I won't lie. Like, I do not know anything about the rap game. So like you can drop the majority of people. I won't know them. So my bad
He's
on
like,
that. I mean, dude, that's
pretty...
like when I went to NFT, whatever. I mean, Art Basel, and I was sitting 3 people away from Diplo, and then I talked to him after lunch, and we were just chatting, and I was like, "Oh, so what do you do, man?" And like I didn't know who he was until after my girlfriend saw an Instagram story on Farouk's Instagram story where they saw him there, and she was like, "You realize you were sitting next to Diplo, right?" And I was
You
like,
probably humbled him for the whole day.
I mean, I never once said anything about who he was or anything else. Like it was just a normal combo. I think I was kind of aloof a little bit during it. I mean, I was semi-engaging, but at the same time, like, definitely wasn't fangirling. So I don't know, man. Yeah, like point being, I don't know anybody famous. I really don't. Even actors, I don't know any big names, anything else. I'm completely out of the loop on all of that. And yeah, like I think I'm more proud of it than anything else. I like, too many people spend their lives focusing on, too many other people. Okay, so let's see this. I'm trying to think what I want to do for this first giveaway for the stonk, because I want to go ahead. Let's go ahead and get a name submitted. Well, actually, I mean, Puck guaranteed has 1 out of the 3 after that masterpiece. So Puck, you have 1 out of the 3. So we still have 2 stonks left to give away, and a Dicklebutt, which the Dicklebutt's fully on Crow for what he wants to do for that giveaway. I'm letting you lead the charge on that, brother.
Yeah, Dicklebutt's going to Puck too.
As far as the 2 other stocks, again, we've got the pinned tweet up there at the top, the very first one. So, if you didn't like and retweet that, like that is, again, an eligibility requirement. So make sure you've liked and retweeted it. And then outside of that, like, I think what we'll do is if you comment, what should it be? Just comment it underneath that. Will it show up for there? How do you comment on the space? Is it bottom right corner?
Yes.
Okay. I can't see comments for some reason. It's only showing new tweets to me. But let's go ahead and comment underneath that first on the 67th consecutive episode. And I want to see what do we want to see up here, Rooster?
Wait, shit. I don't know which one I was on. As in what?
I don't know. Like, I'm trying to think of a creative way of doing this. I obviously could just submit the names into a random pick generator, but
I feel like that's always good for at least one.
Okay, so we'll do one in a random pick generator. And I'll save that one for a little bit later. And then we'll think of a creative idea for that other one. So for the random pick generator, anybody, again, you just have to make sure you like, retweet, you're eligible for that one if you've liked and retweeted that first one. The other one, just stay on the edge of your seats because we're going to come up with an idea. And whenever we do, you might not have much time to be able to react. And it might be one of those things that whoever reacts first or does something like that ends up winning it. So be ready for it.
Oh, I like this. I always like winning songs.
So we've got Bubba Crypto that's on his way up right now as well. I don't think we've ever had Bubba come up here before. So Bubba, welcome to the stage. How is it going?
Yo, so first I gotta ask, you've been Kaleo to me since 2018, since I first followed you. Is it Kaleo?
I say Kaleo. There are a lot of people that say Kaleo. There's some people that say Kaleo. And I'm sure there's some people that say, everything in between. Yeah, like I'm sure it's a substitute teacher's worst nightmare if that was my real name. But
my favorite ever was
I just go by Kaleo.
Let's go, bro. Kaleo, it's like absolute pleasure to meet you. Never in a million years I think I would be talking to you. So, you were just talking about fangirl. This is kind of like a fangirl moment for me. So shout out to you. You are famous. Why do you need to know anyone famous? You know what I'm saying? But finally got my Wonky today, and I'm super excited to be a part of this community. You're a freaking legend. Everybody in here, legendary status, 40. Honored to hear your voice, brother. But yeah, I got a lot to learn from you, Kaleo, and just excited to be here. Thanks, man.
Yo, that's awesome. Welcome to the community. So that's your first stunk.
Yeah, bro. Trizzy was shilling like crazy. I was shilling him Mong, and he was shilling me Wonkies like crazy. So I felt like like I was being treasonous not by having one. So had to pull the trigger yesterday.
We can chalk it up to Trizzy. I thought I remember being tagged in a couple of those posts, or at least seeing them. So I love to see it, man. Love to see it.
Yeah, man.
And how is Mong going for you? I haven't looked at that in a minute.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited. I got in at 0.3 ETH right now. I think Trizzy was looking at him last night on Spaces at 0.08, and take.
Oh, so this is an NFT.
Yeah, NFTs. So like you got Moncoin too. I'm a big believer on the influencers that are still here that have like impacted the space in a good way. Like I know BitLord hasn't always been perfect, but he's definitely been a great representation of crypto. And so like I did some digging on like who's behind the team of Mong, and then started reaching out to the community, and it was honestly low key. I get into a spaces, and the first thing I say on their spaces was actually shilling Wonky because of Trizzy. And one of the guys up there immediately is like, "Yeah, dude, I started with Wonky," and I don't know if you know a guy, Divinity, but it's crazy because there's a mutual energy in a lot of these NFT projects, and it's really not about the return on them. It's more about the networking and meeting like absolutely legendary fucking people in this space trying to make crypto better for everybody and not just for their own pockets. So yeah, dude, had to pull the trigger.
Love that, man. Well, welcome to the community. And, we brought that up earlier. I'm not sure if you were in the space, but it really is crazy. That's one of the, higher conviction side of things for me as far as the history of the stonks as well, are just how many people that are out there where the stonks were like their first project into NFTs, right? Because there were so many people that followed me from the trading side of things back in the day that really hadn't had much of an opportunity to dive into the NFT side of things. And we had an 80% unique distribution on the mint, right? So when you're looking at 8,700 stonks, like that's nearly, 7,000-ish people that individually minted a stonk for the first time. And there were a lot of people that may not have minted it, but then after that, the trading volume, I'm sure there were some people that ended up buying it as their first. So there were thousands and thousands of people. I wouldn't be surprised if, somewhere between 5 to 10,000 people where the stonk were their first NFT entering into everything in the space. And I think that residual history, kind of sits there and it's dormant. And it's one of those things where it's the whole meme where it's like, okay, at point one, why would anybody buy this? Like I look at these all day, and then as it starts to develop, as the collectors and the whatever start to come into the project, as it matures over the years, it becomes one of the things where the art and the history really become more and more significant. Just like, what you saw with the punks back in the day, I think that the same type of thing can be achievable. It's just a matter of continuing to show up. So I love hearing that story for you. Love hearing that in that space that had the random connection there as well. And, love having you
Hey,
here, man.
Kaleo, real quick, I want to just get 2 minutes to tell you something. So in 2018, I ran a bag from 750 up to 12 grand in the beginning of 2018. And then I had a whole bunch of money thrown at me from family and friends wanting to get in. And that bag went up to about 26K. And in the middle of 2018, or like around August, September, I watched that bag go to about $1,800. Learned a very valuable lesson. And I remember seeing a tweet from you about Bitcoin, and that kept me in the game, kept me going. And 2020 and 2021 were some of the greatest years of my life, and I got to give back a lot to the people around me. So, you are a legend in the space. This is my fangirl moment. Don't give a damn. So, salute you, brother. Thank you for everything you've done for the space.
Hey, I appreciate that, man. It does mean a lot hearing that type of stuff too. So, love hearing it. And yeah, man, it's just fun having these connections because I really don't care about follower count, anything else. If anything, a lot of the times why it's difficult to interact with people with low follower count is just because like their engagement shows up low on the priority list in your mentions. And whenever you have this many people that follow you and just interact, and then all the bots too, man, Elon's gotten better about controlling it, but it just gets tough to sift through and see everything, right? So, like that's an encouragement for some of y'all too, as far as just connecting with anybody, whether they're a larger account, a medium sized account, whatever, is kind of the consistency, right? Like you consistently show up over enough time, you'll make those connections, right? Hop up on stage, do whatever. Um, like it doesn't matter how many followers people are like, dude, there are people out there. Yeah, like I think that's one of the things that's important to understand too, coming into this space, is there are lots of areas of expertise and you can't be an expert in everything. And inevitably, the majority of your followers are going to know a shit ton more about anything that you tweet about than you do. And like it just happens like that, right? Where there's going to be a group of people that are more of an expert, that are more knowledgeable, that are more this and that. And I think having that humility going into it is important, because if you think that like your word is just, like spoken from like that it's gospel, then you're going to be in a really difficult situation, because you will encounter situations where you're wrong or where you're off by this or that. And, if nothing else, you're going to miss out on a lot of valuable information from people that have been around that you can learn something from. So I think just approaching the space like that in general is another important thing to do. And, again, like anybody in the audience, like what Bubba's doing right now, feel free to hop up at any time, because, this is the easiest way to be able to connect with people where you don't have to worry about the bots or anything else, is via voice in something like this.
Hey, Kaleo, Trizzy wanted me to not leave this part out. His wonky story with his suit is the reason that I really had to join the community, because I knew y'all would understand. We're just, you guys are a great representation of us. So the poopy story definitely got us here. Shout out to Trizzy. Love you, guy.
Bro, that story was ridiculous, Trizzy. I still can't believe you said that.
I had to do it. How's it going, Wonkies? I just wanted to publicly, welcome my brother Bubba. He's not my blood brother, but real quick, I'm only going to be up here a minute. I don't know if you recall, Kaleo, but he did say when he got a Wonky, he was going to tattoo it. So I was just wondering how long until, we say that he's not a man of integrity.
No, I'm a man of integrity. I'm going to get a tattoo, just not as a tramp stamp like you wanted to see. So that's just not going to happen. But I'm going to get a tattoo. Kaleo's going to be there. We're going to send the tweet viral. Let the people know we're just like BitLord over here on this side of town. The energy, the wavelength, it's here. We're crypto. So we'll get a Wonky tattooed. Just got to find the spot.
Oh, dude, that's you wouldn't be the last or the first. We've got 80s. He I think week number 1 got the LedgArt logo tattooed on his forearm. So
legendary.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I think I missed the poopy story, so someone's gonna have to fill me in on that.
Trizzy, tell me you got a minute, bro.
Would you like me to retell it real quick? I can give you the summary. I can give you the juicy side of the story. I was just hanging out with my woman. We were just hanging out, having a good time. She cooked a nice dinner. It was Alfredo pasta, to be exact. And I chugged an Olipop, which is not soda, but a healthy soda full of fiber. And when she walked away, I just pressed the fart button, and number 3, it just slipped out. And unfortunately, it was all in my Wonky shorts. But good. I mean, I love the quality. The quality is just prime. I would recommend those Wonky shorts to anybody. They're mad comfy. They don't stain. You get too drunk or something, you make a mess of yourself. The quality is impeccable. Just throw them in the wash, or at least make your girlfriend do it. Buy Wonky shorts. That's the poop story. I didn't get away with it either.
Freaking love you, dude.
Yeah, you didn't have to just go and shit on Wonky Stonks like that. Come on now.
Apologies. I'm a Wonky lifer, though. Never selling.
Let's go. Inevitable.
No, that's hilarious. Okay, thanks for filling me in.
Yeah. Round 2 for like either 2 weeks in a row or 2 out of 3, one or the other. And I will shout out to Hondo one more time. He did do a great job with the swag in the store. Like, it's all high quality stuff, and it's like honestly relatively cheap. You go to a lot of other NFT projects and what they sell for their merch store, like, the Wonky swag is cheaper than I think any other. And like, I don't know, should we increase it just to make it seem like it's whatever, in people's minds? I don't know. But like, I like keeping it affordable for the people. It's one of those things. We're not trying to make money off it. We're just trying to be able to, if people want swag for the stonks, that they can access the swag for the stonks, right? Like, so, it's basically everything I think is right around at cost for all that stuff. So if you, interested in some Wonky type of swag, go check out the LedgArt website and, go to the merch section. 40, what's up, man?
Bubba and Trizzy. Trizzy told me we live pretty close to each other, and we already made the deal that if Bubba gets that tattoo, that me and Trizzy are gonna get matching ones too. So
but as tramp
I'll hold my end of that. That's cool
All
too,
right,
dude.
all right.
I got tattoos from head to toes. I'm okay. I'm okay with that, dude.
Yeah, dude, I would look. I don't know, man. You know, maybe after I get like a full suit, you know what I mean? Like I'm just covered. Yeah, for sure. Get that wonky right there on the tramp stamp. But you know, I got to put it somewhere
I'm
reasonable.
already married,
Let's fucking go, dude.
so it doesn't matter. I'm already married, so my wife can't do anything
Let's
anyway.
go. 40. You're a fucking legend, bro. Love you, dude.
Love you, boys.
Of course, we're missing our community member with an actual tramp stamp up here today. We miss you, BTC Art. If you hear this, come up.
Bro, I forgot about that. Oh man, that is funny. Hey, and for y'all that don't know, BTC Art, dude, like that guy has some game. I remember that from Austin. I was kind of surprised, and you know, if his wife is in here listening, not game like that. Don't worry. You know, breaking the ice for the youngins in the room. Like he had some you know, just he was able to connect with everybody there.
Dude's an absolute legend. Every time.
You know, it's been fun too. I think after we started the space, we watched BTC and ETH both start to climb a little bit as soon as we got kicked off. Really.
Hey, Kaleo, can I ask a question?
No.
Perfect. So, real quick, what do you think about them raising the debt ceiling? What kind of impact do you think that's going to have on crypto? And you know, kind of overall markets. I just hopped into a space a minute ago, and that was pretty interesting topic. I was curious about your thoughts on it.
Yeah, no problem, man. I'll go ahead and start off with just saying the way that I approach my thought process going into things like that are what are the effects on the wonky stonks, and then zooming out, right? You know, so start at a super high level. No, I'm just messing with you, man. So you know, the stonks are inevitable. Nothing changes, right? Like, so that you know, that's the high level. Now zooming in a little bit, dude. I mean, it kind of feels like the freaking money printer just got turned back on, right? Like, so I think it's one of those things where it's a mixed bag because as much as people are like, well, you know, unlimited money again from the U.S. government to be able, we've got an election year coming up next year. You know, you got to start doing what you can to keep the market at a not terrible spot leading in to, you know, the primaries, everything else this next year. So like the way I look at it is, dude, it's I don't know. You've got, but on the other side of it, you've got the inflation, right? Like, so with infinite money printing, as we saw, there's the lagging effect of inflation as well. And right now we're trying to combat inflation. So I don't know, man. Like, I really don't know the answer to I think short term bullish, right? You know, I think short term bullish for the markets anytime you do something like that. But as far as a higher time frame horizon with what's happening with the market, I'm not sure whether it's going to lead to something like what we saw in 2020, because you saw like inflation's a little bit lagging, right? Like takes a little bit of time whenever you implement these monetary policies to really be able to catch up with what you see and, you know, what you're spending outside on a daily basis. So I think short term bullish at least. But yeah, man, we'll see. I mean, I think that I think we go up a little from here, but you know, it's dude, the big thing I think right now is just not getting lost in the noise. I'm a big happening believer. And I think the important thing for now, honestly, for the next year, isn't focusing on these short time frame type of moves, but what can you do to stack high conviction plays over the course of the next year, right? Like just stacking, being patient, being a little bit boring, you know, avoiding the itch to, liquidate high conviction plays and just freaking send all your ETH to Ben.eth. Like, not doing stupid things for little scratch offs and sticking to the high conviction bets. Dude, that's what's going to get you through, regardless of whatever the short term price action is from the debt ceiling. So we'll see, man. I mean, it's like the whole world's a shit show right now.
Yeah, that was pretty popular consensus from earlier, and it like the short term is exactly kind of my thoughts that I shared with everyone was like the short term, yeah, like what 1, 2, 3, 5 months, and then like what happens, like are they going to have unlimited spending, and then inflation is just going to become something like outlandish. It's like scary to see what's happened to other countries that have had inflation just completely demolish their economy, and it's like, oh, it can't happen here, it can't happen in the biggest market in the world, the market maker. And it's just like it's interesting having all these takes. And one last thought, I've been kind of on and off of the firm, and just like going in there, and we watched SVB happen, and then the other banks that followed. It was just wild to see how cool and calm they were when it's like, they don't talk anything about crypto. Crypto's bad, inherently bad for their, I get it from a standpoint of like, what's legal to offer to their clients, but it's like watching people in the financial world just completely ignore crypto and just, almost be a little ignorant to it. Like they know what the tech is, but they want to not give it any time, or maybe they're just scared. I don't know, but it's wild to think about. And it just makes me that much more bullish on what's going on over here, because, we see what happens with complacency all the time. So thank you for your thoughts. I appreciate that.
Yes, sir. No problem, man. Definitely, like, you got to keep coming back to these spaces too. Appreciate your opinion. Your voice coming up here as well. Always love hearing new voices.
Thank you. Appreciate that, man.
So it looks like we have Lumber. Lumber stepped back down to the audience, which is his comfort zone. Appreciate that. But I am right now, I know, haven't announced it yet, but I'm in the process of populating that list to do the giveaway. So that will be here in a bit. And, actually, I'm to the point where I'm now scrolling through as it gives me a name and trying to verify if people are in the space. And we right now have had 2 people that would have won that decided they did not want to continue to listen, or maybe they weren't listening at all, so they are not winners. And shit happens. So shout out to the real ones. We're still in the running for this stonk.
Hey, Keely, I just want to say I lost reception and had to like click on and click off, so I'm still here listening. Excited to see how this stuff turns out.
No big deal, man. Glad to have you in here. Glad to have you back. Love hearing the birds chirping still.
Okay, good. I don't know how much you can hear or not, but I'm out on a lounge chair, tropical breeze, and just enjoying the space, man. Love hearing these guys.
Is like because what I'm picturing right now, dude, I'm picturing blue skies, some type of like either forest in the background of where you are, but basically you're just kind of secluded somewhere in nature, enjoying yourself, leaning back. Like that's, probably also smoking a joint. Like I might be wrong on that one, but that's just what I picture when I picture Lumber right now.
Bro, you just reminded me of one of my favorite tweets of all time from Lumber. He was, yeah, I forgot how it went, but he was like, "I'm just sitting in my backyard smoking a joint. Wonky Stonks are $100, something along those lines." It was one of my favorite tweets ever.
I think I was calling out everybody because they were so cheap and no one was, stacking Wonky Stonks. But no smoking here for a couple weeks now, maybe 3 weeks, not sure. And actually, I'm pretty clear headed right now compared to what I was in the past. But like I said, I'll leave the door open to return for sure.
Love that, man. Well, we have a winner, and this person is in the space. So congratulations. If you want to come up here and speak, you're welcome to as well. But we've got Nene from the blog. That's any from the blog. And his @ is Nene or Neen, whatever it is, blogs. Dude, you know what's funny, Rooster? I just realized this. I said Nene with him because it's like Pepe, but I won't say Pepe. I'll say Pete. So I'm using a complete double standard in my pronunciation.
I mean, we all knew you were wrong from like the beginning with the pronunciation, but it was still very, very funny. Peep. I see we got Cube up here too, and I haven't seen shit. We haven't heard from Cube, and I feel like years at this point.
Hello, long lost friends. Good to hear everyone's voice.
Yo, it is good to hear your voice, man. You're always my favorite voice in here. I'm sorry, everybody else.
Don't make me blush. Jesus criminy. No, been away, been missing you guys. Still a diamond handser. Subtly checking in. Just the new IRL gig is it's awesome, but it's occupying a shit ton of time. Starting at the busiest time of the year, so still here, still diamond hands, and still love NFTs and everybody in the wonky community.
Yes, sir. So, what are the? Are you on the road a lot with the new job?
Yeah. Oh shit! What I drive last month? I just turned my mileage in. It wasn't that crazy. It was like 4,800 miles, but my territory is an hour and a half any direction, is what it is. So, get plenty of windshield time. And Kaleo, like you know, and a number of you know, in the world of agriculture, springtime's really busy. And so, I mean, it's fucking go time. Go make some money.
Yes, sir.
Cube, has the rain that's been like hitting Denver this past month been hitting you over there as well?
It's been hit and miss. It's bone dry. I actually almost got stuck on a dirt road today trying to beat a storm, and it's pouring. I just got back to my house to do some office shit, and it's fucking pouring rain here in Wichita.
Which rain actually slows things down for you, at least while it's raining, right? You know, if it's too wet there for a minute.
Right. No, that's a very accurate assessment. You know, now I get to get caught up on all my fucking paperwork and other bullshit. The fun stuff's going out in the field and fucking putting plots out. And now it's get caught up and have my computer screens on and figuring out which direction to march. But man, been missing all you guys. A lot's been going on in the space, it seems.
Yeah, man. I mean, we've been sitting here, you know, wheels continuing to turn. I know 80s is on one of his other Peru hiatuses. So, you know, he's recharging. You know, we'll probably see him 7 months from now. I think every time that he goes away, it's going to be a little bit longer in between. You know, it's one of those things where I feel like his soul is slowly getting, you know, absorbed by the mountain. And then eventually, you know, either he or he and his wife, you know, one or the other, they're going to have to move to some mountains because I don't think Florida's going to hold him forever.
He is the mountain and the mountain is him. I was going to say, though, I saw on Twitter the picture of you wake surfing there the other day, and I was going to post a picture in the exact same swim trunks, but I got too much dad bod going on, so I'm going to have to come up with a way to crop myself with those massive arms of yours. It was quite impressive, formidable.
Oh man, no, I, you know, it's just good good lighting, and if anything, like the issue is there's still a lot of cutting that needs to be done. A lot of cutting that needs to be done. Those are dad bod arms.
Dad bod arm. Hell yeah. Embrace it. Embrace it.
Thanks
for having.
I'll tell you what they are. They're also chicken legs. I had two people point that out, and I looked, and I'm like, dude, they're right. And I've got a little bit of a decent excuse. I couldn't really do much for the legs the past few weeks with bouncing back from the ankle, but I probably could have started back into it like the past few days. And today is actually supposed to be leg day, so I'm debating whether I, after this, go to my buddy's pool or whether I go to the gym and do leg day. And I don't know yet, man. It's kind of a tough decision, but the legs will make a comeback. There will be a surfing update picture, and hey, maybe both of us have that dad bod chiseled down a little bit here in the next couple of months.
It'd be good, by the time I finally get to an official Wonky meetup, because hell, the only person I've met's an Elsonius at this point still. Is I got to do something with my lard ass.
Dude, I actually, for those of you that, the two of you up on stage that I met in Austin for South by, I'm down about like 15 pounds since South by. Or 13 pounds officially. But, honestly, I think it's more.
So what are you, like a buck?
It's probably more than that because, you get some muscle that replaces the fat. But I've definitely, I've lost a decent amount since South by even.
That puts you at like what, $110?
$110, bro? You're $110. Like, come on now. I mean, let's be real.
Josh.
Hey, by the way, Lumber, check your DMs. I'm not sure if you followed that Nene or Neen blogs, but make sure to shoot the DM over to him to arrange that transfer for the stonk. And once you do that, if you want to tweet it out, tag the LedgArt account, we'll go ahead and give that a retweet and, give that a shout out as well. And, same thing with Puck. Puck was one of the other winners. And once again, if you're in the audience, like, I want to give credit where credit is due. This is the legend Lumber that is giving away these stonks from his personal collection. I'm not even the one giving these away. This is a community member that DM'd me and was like, hey, is it cool if I give away some stonks just for the vibes? And I was like, hell yes, it is cool to give away some stonks just for the vibes. People are going to love that. So another shout out for Lumber there. I will embarrass
not only is he a legend, he's giving away stonks just so that he won't pass Kaleo as the number one holder. He's being so generous.
I would never dare pass Kaleo.
I mean, don't worry, man. It's like, even if you pass me, you won't pass me.
I understand that completely. And I'll do my best to tweet that stuff out if I can learn how to attach shit,
pick a new winner.
and so. But I'm going to check my DMs when this is over, and I'll send those out for sure.
Love the. I was getting a call coming in. Sorry about that. So, okay, we've got one last stonk to give away. Sorry, I keep getting rugged. I had a buddy that called me like 3 times in a row, and I kept hitting hang up. So I finally just had to text him, quit calling. I'll talk to you like in 20 minutes whenever I'm off this. Maybe less, depending on how long it takes us to figure out a last thing for this last giveaway. Hey, but the real important thing is, if you don't have a stonk, make sure you have one, because this next week the legendary poker tournaments are back. I know I'm going to give away at least 3 in that poker tournament. I'm sure Lumber has, he told me he's giving away 1 every Friday going forward. So, which actually, no, I'll give away 4, because that'll be 4 for him. So we'll have at least 5 stonks given away during that tournament. I mean, that's a heck of a lot of stonks that you can compete for. And they're usually about like 50, 60 people in the tourney. So if you think about it, I think we usually give 3 to first place, 2 to second, like 1 to third type of thing. Doesn't cost anything extra to enter. It is just making sure you've got to go to the stonk gated part of the Discord to be able to sign up. We'll tweet some stuff out about it, but make sure you're looking out for it, because that is coming back. And, you've got an awesome opportunity to stack more stonks through that. So if you like poker and you want to join in, make sure you have a stonk by next week, next Friday.
Man, sounds like I'm winning 5 stonks.
Hey, Kaleo, who was the person DMing me again for the stonks?
Dude, I will DM you their name. How about that?
Okay, that's great.
That'll
Thanks.
be easier. I'll send you a DM right now.
Can you hear me, Kaleo?
Who just said that? Somebody did. I had something.
Your main man, Crow. Hey, I need a new
Yes.
winner. I need a new winner for the Dickle Butt, because I didn't realize Puck called me a bitch in his rap, and then I asked him to send me his address before I realized that, and he doesn't have a .e. So whoever comments.
Well, okay. You know who I say you give it to? Give it to Bubba.
All right, done. Sorry, Puck.
Yo, y'all gonna make me cry right now. Are you for real?
You call me ugly.
Bubba, you just got a dickle butt.
I got a big ego.
Yo, I really truly appreciate that, guys. I'm definitely gonna pay it forward without a doubt. We got to get more awesome people in this.
Love to hear it, man. I mean, slowly but surely. Hey, that's, where we are right now. I'm telling you, like last year, a year ago, the stonks were about 0.03 ETH, right? And they were down in that area for a while. The 0.03 to 0.05 area floated around there for a long time. And, continued to just host these spaces every week. We continued to show up, right? Like, it's one of the things where we talked about it whenever we had that brief little window back in, December, January, where the price action was, where a little bit of volume came back and the price action was fun. And, we were reminiscing on these type of days. Dude, I'm telling you, I'm fully confident there's going to be a day like that again, right? Like, so I appreciate these days while they're here, because you see real strength in a community, not whenever everything's going up, but, like whenever everything's sideways or down in the market and you're continuing to show up, like, dude, that's where real strength is. And I really do believe there's real strength here, right? There's real activity, there's a real pulse, and there's not just a real pulse, but there's like real belief that's still here. And I think that's something that not a lot of communities really have left at this point.
Yeah, man, just to kind of like piggyback on that, it's been wild, because it's like, trying to grow community and find more people like us out here. What's tough is like, you see the dominant, projects out here not, kind of like trickling down the value into other hands, allowing people to grow brands on those brands. It's just kind of wild to think about, and not to like shill anything else, but like, I think that's the amazing part about the whole DeGods ecosystem, is like they've done so much for their holders as like helping them build their brands out. And I think that's like so important. I think it was in this spaces, or maybe it was in the one before, but it's like so important to like create value in careers and show people that they can earn, not just invest in the crypto, but earn, and create, that opportunities for income outside of their IRL, situation or career or whatever they're doing. So yeah, absolutely. Couldn't agree with you more, man. And I'm super excited, super bullish. It's exciting to be here right at this moment, just like you said.
Neb, what's up, man? Welcome back.
Thank you. Good to be returning champion. I am at work, so I may run really quickly. But what app are we using for the poker tournament next week?
Same as what we have used. Rooster, you can tell them there's you can access their web browser. That's all you need.
Yeah, it's like Poker Now or Poker.now, some shit like that. I'll look at my history. I don't remember off the top of my head. And I typically don't. I only play the Stonks tournaments on that website.
No, I'm excited because somebody said he was going to walk away with 5 stonks, and challenge accepted. I'm going to do my best, and I love playing poker tournaments, so I'm very excited to participate. And glad to be back in one of these.
You're going to have to take
Friday,
down 8 of my alt accounts before you get to me.
So also just FYI, we will shoot for 12 a.m. Eastern or 12 p.m. Eastern, not a.m. That would be like really late. It's going to be hosting a poker tourney / really early if you're in Europe also. So, we'll shoot for 12 p.m. Eastern. And, that usually catches the most people from across the States and from Europe. So
is that going to be on a work day or a weekend?
We typically do it on a Friday, Neb, because, as much as it, and, that's why I also try to do it around lunchtime as well. The difficult thing that you run into as far as hosting a bunch of these tourneys is, if you wait until the evening for a U.S. workday type, whatever, then you end up running into people that have, I don't know. There are a lot of things that go on in the evenings too. And then the European side of things, a lot of people are going to bed already. If you do it on the weekend, a lot of people are gone / busy, not able to participate during a weekend. So there's not really a great time, unfortunately, to be able to just hit everybody. So, we just stick with what we typically do, like these type of spaces. And typically we do them earlier. I was just a bum this morning and, I woke up super early and then somehow I fell back asleep and I didn't realize that I was going to fall back asleep, but I did. And next thing you know, I woke up and I was like, oh, dang, the day's kind of flown by. So, shit happens, but next week for sure, if it's on the calendar for that, the 12 Eastern, that's what we're going to stick to. So, somewhere within a 30-minute time window of that, maybe 30 minutes later. Sometimes we'll kick it off at 12:30.
No doubt. I appreciate you guys letting me know, and I'm excited. Yeah, I mean, things were a little bit easier back in the days like you were talking about when it seemed like not a lot was going on. We were kind of waiting. And I remember the waiting rooms and being a part of that. Really loved it and have definitely missed the community and all this stuff. It's just struggles of having a job, So I'm actually going to rug
I
here
feel that, man.
because of said job. So thanks for having me up
Okay.
here. You guys are awesome. Stay wonky, guys.
All right, man. Take it easy. And for those of you also that don't know that are, sitting here, how long does a tourney take? Don't worry. Blinds raised typically only takes about 90 minutes to 2 hours if you're going to hit the final table. And if it stretches out, that's about how long total. And we'll sit here during the space and, commentate on it, hang out during it. So that's the game plan for next week. So you've got a week to be able to prepare and clear your schedule, make sure you can participate. Hey, one more shout out to also Dib. I think it was Dib. Am I wrong on this? Let me see. Yeah, Dib.eth. Dib.eth just snagged their first stonk. So solid snag there. Love the play community, everybody that's in that as well. So Yeah, welcome to
Hey,
this.
hey, Kayla. I just want to say I've sent out 2 of the stonks so far, and I'm going to try to tweet that out here shortly.
Okay, what are we going to do for this third giveaway, Rooster? You have to decide.
I can decide.
Yes.
I feel like you should give it to someone who LARPs as a rooster on the internet. No, I'm playing. Shit.
Dude, three is a lot to give away. I mean, I have him in here, and if it weren't for
I mean, shit, we haven't done one of these in forever. We might be able to do a Rumble thing in the Discord.
hey, that could be it. So how about this? What we'll do is you want to kick it off in 10 minutes?
Yeah,
So
I'm gonna do a
10
test.
minutes to be able to go over, join the Discord, and we'll give the winner of that here in 10 minutes. So at 5 Eastern time, we'll do the Rumble in the Discord and then kick it off. You got to tweet it out and pin up the instructions.
I'm gonna see if we still have it on.
To be fair, I did tell everybody that in here, you got to be ready. You got to be ready for some type of action. Actually, Rooster, now I'm thinking about it, though, I wanted some type of, engagement on the timeline, though.
Yeah, no, because I don't even think we have it in the Discord.
Yeah, so no Rumble. Sorry, that was a false alarm, but you should be Discord either way. So something engaging on the timeline. I want to see.
We could do like a mashup contest, but not like maybe make one, but submit your favorite that Yakimit has made you. Because actually, too, we got to give a shout out to him. He commissioned an artist in Russia and got a street graffiti mural.
Yeah, dude, that mural is sick.
So yeah, maybe do like a competition for favorite mashup or something. Most votes.
Here's what I'm gonna do. I want to see a drawing of, and you've got 10 minutes to do this.
Wonky Stonk derivative.
So yeah, a drawing of something Wonky Stonk inspired. Anything Wonky Stonk theme inspired. You can do some type of mashup with something else. You can do stick figures. You can do whatever, and reply to the. One second, I'm going to repin it up here.
No, you want engagement? Make a new tweet.
Okay. Yeah, that's it. I'm making a new tweet right now.
You also have to like and retweet to be entered.
One second, I'm tweeting it out. I should have thought of all this ahead of time. I'm just trying to make it interesting. But you have time to start drawing right now.
I wonder if Puck's like a regular artist too. Maybe he'll go 2 for 2 today with the rap and a drawing. We'll see. God damn. Dude's going to war with that keyboard.
Speaking of dib.eth, I know it was that sexy itchy that got you to buy that stonk.
Okay. Boom. It is pinned up there, and the countdown is on. I'm excited to see if we actually get any submissions. So, I mean, right now, if you literally anything Wonky Stonk inspired, any type of drawing, go for it. I don't care if it's a real mashup. If you go to Paint and you draw stick figures with a chart, if you use AI, whatever it is, you've got less than, I guess 10 minutes from the time of the tweet. So that is like 4:05, or I guess 5:05 Eastern. And then we'll select the winner from that here live on the stage. And from there, we'll go ahead and wrap it up.
Yo, Kalei, I gotta ask a question. Another one.
Okay, let's hear it.
Favorite music? Let's go.
Oh, okay. I've got a couple answers for this. So, I'm going to go with the classic, like love Blink 182. I still listen to a lot of Blink. When I was younger, so I'll go with like the first album that I would say was one of my favorite albums. I was in my emo phase back in high school. Homesick by Day to Remember. Loved that album. But I love Turnpike Troubadours. So Turnpike is up there. I don't know, man. Like
Nirvana? You a Nirvana kind of guy?
I will listen to just about anything.
Okay. All right.
But I like, again, I think this just goes to my lack of being super cultured. I am not like the biggest music geek either. I'll put on a lot of stuff and listen to it in the background, but I'm not like, a die hard. Like, I love going to concerts and stuff too, but I've never just completely worshipped like any real band. I think
Right.
like the favorite questions are always tough for me.
Mm-hmm. I get it. I understand. So you're not a jazz guy. You're not an opera kind of guy either.
Nah, man. But hey, I will, like good study music. Even I know a lot of people will listen to that for, like for studying. I'll actually listen to like Jack Johnson, John Mayer, even Dave Matthews Band for studying sometimes, just because I like the vibes of it. And I'm not like, when I listen to music, I don't really listen to the words as much as I do just kind of the feel of the song. I don't know if that makes sense at all. So I'm one of those people where I can hear a song a million times and I won't remember the words because I'm not really listening to the words. So I don't know if that makes sense fully, but I think that's just the way that I kind of like appreciate music, is it takes me somewhere.
Let's go. Great answer. Absolutely. Music's all about feel, connecting the world, one language. Let's go.
What about you, man?
I'm big. I don't know if you know what bass nation or trap nation, but I'm a bass heavy kind of guy. Love rap, but I went to a music school out in Florida called Full Sail. So I'm a behind the scenes music guy, and yeah, dude, all music except for some country. Don't want to say all of it. There's some good stuff out there, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm not as big of a Nashville country type of person, honestly. Like Nashville country is not my jam.
Yeah, no, it's not that exciting. It just says the same thing each song, just a little bit different feel. But hey, shout out to everybody out there still listening to, the good stuff, right? Hank Williams, we love it. Can rock with it.
I'm checking to see if we didn't have any submissions yet. Let's see this. Okay, we got
we got a few submissions, bro, and a couple derivatives.
Lulu.eth got something. We've got Puck up there. Rooster, I'm sorry. Actually, who should be? I guess I might have to be the deciding factor.
I was just thinking about this. We should do a live vote in the audience. Have them throw up emojis. I don't know how many entries we got. It might take.
I kind of want Lumber to actually be the person that picks. Lumber, can you do that for me? You're the one giving this away, so I feel like it would be most most endearing if you pick the one that resonated with you the most.
Where do I see him at?
So you see the link pinned at the top up there to
Yeah.
that tweet that says for the last wonky. So click on that and then just look through all the replies. So we've got 5 more minutes for people to make their submissions. But if you want to start getting some in mind, whichever one is your favorite in there, you can pick, and that'll be the winner.
So we got Megatan, who already created a GIF of Puck rap battling, which that's one of my favorites so far. Puck's coming back with a hand-drawn derivative. Also, it looks like I enjoyed
feet.
that. Yakimid has submitted his the graffiti commission, which is that's also a top one of mine. Those probably my current top 3 personally.
You guys are making it tough on me here, man.
I do like the up and to the right. The feet adding in there, I mean, that might be cheating. And trying to win people over with feet picks.
Mine does have a lot of likes.
Yeah, we actually did get a decent amount of submissions on this. So it was more than I expected, honestly. So we've got 3 more minutes. Lumber is debating in the back of his mind right now. And Lumber, whatever you say is gospel on this one, brother.
I mean, right now, if I had to choose, which I'm not because I got a few minutes left, I'm kind of going towards a non-fungible tweet so far. I just like the look of it.
Non-fungible tweet. I don't know which one that is.
As the risk management quote on it. If everyone masters the art of risk management.
No, that's I'm looking at Crypto Lover. He has a wonky cube.
Oh, I'm looking. Okay, he posted
Dude.
He posted 2.
You know one that I really like on there right now? I like Wargos with the highlighter and the pen, trying to create that, the Miami Vice gradient. It's kind of a good one. What's that?
No, just let me see here. Oh, man.
You got to keep refreshing, too, because they won't pop up unless if you, close
Yeah.
Go
You
back
keep
into
refreshing.
it.
There are more that are coming in. We got another 2 minutes left. I won't lie. I think my top one right now, I think my top one's Wargo. But, I mean, I'm not making the decision on this. I respect the wonky cock. That's bold, very ambitious, trying to be different. It is. I'm not even going to go. I'm not trying to get canceled.
It should have just been a big green dildo instead of a green and red gradient.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
I like this McCryptoshi that you want out there. I'm not sure that if this is an old picture or not, but the fact that you're actually out there grilling some meat and you made a chart based with the meat, so that's awesome.
It's going to be hard not to pick Yakimit just because he's done a few of those mashups for me with, just out of the kindness of his heart, huh?
It's true. Hey, it's fully up to you with what you do with this.
I'm showing Puck as being the very last one on mine. Oh, okay. Show more replies. I got it. All right.
Oh, we just had Yakimit come up on stage.
Hey guys, how are you?
Doing well, man. How about yourself?
Oh, very well, very well. Oh, just want to say I'm not participating in the contest. It was just for engagement.
Oh.
Yeah. Don't count on me.
Good to know.
Well, appreciate you either way, man. Always love hearing your voice up here.
Can we give a shout out to Yakimit for that real work of art he did on the wall in Russia?
Bro, Puck, where were you? We just did.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
We just talked about that for like 3 minutes.
He
I
was
was
writing
writing
his
lyrics.
next
I'm so
verse.
sorry.
He was writing one for Crow, who I guess wants to challenge him now too, and a second verse for Pig God.
Well, now he gets a double shout out.
Love it, love it. Oh, Puck, dude, I cannot think of a better person to own that other stonk that Lumber gave you. That is a 6'6" stonk, man. In good hands, definitely in good hands.
It looks like some raw meat. I love it. Thank you so much, guys. It's awesome. I never thought.
Lumber, all right, man. The time is here. You got to make the decision.
I will make the decision. I just got handed a piece of pineapple on a little toothpick, so I'm going to give it to a crypto newbie, you know.
Okay.
Lulu.eth.
Love it. Love it. Okay, lulu.eth. So, dude, just DM lulu.eth and get that ETH address, shoot it over.
Yeah,
and
crypto newbie. I
Which
think
one
that's
is
a
that?
good
Can we
choice.
pin it so everyone can see
Well, I
as
guess
well?
lulu.eth is their ETH address. So, yeah, just send it to lulu.eth.
I put that in the address spot, just lulu.eth.
That's it.
I'll do that.
Unless
I'll
it's
tweet
not
it
their
out.
address, they're supporting somebody else's. But I'm assuming if anybody puts it in their title, that's their address. So congratulations to lulu.eth.
I'm going to DM her anyways, or him, just to make sure.
I still have not found this one. What?
Love it, love it, love it. Well, dude, this has been a great space. Really have enjoyed it. Lumber, thank you for the vibes. Crow, thank you for the Dicklebutt giveaway. Bubba, great meeting you, man. Too easy. 40, great having you back. Love hearing from the legend Wonky Cube. Love having you back in here, man. Your voice is always, always missed. Slash cherished when it is here. Yakimit, the Italian stallion. Love having you up here, sir. Rooster, the OG of consistency himself, and Lumber, the absolute stonk god. It has been a treat, everybody. And we will be back next week. Again, be on the lookout for some Wonky Stonk poker because we will have that for holders next week. There will be up to 5 stonks given away. So make sure to be on the lookout, sign up in the Discord, and it's been real. Wonky stonks are inevitable.
Later, guys. See you at the table next week.